Going to learn about the coronary arteries. Coronary arteries. Coronary arteries are the arteries which supply blood to the heart. Simply, you can say that these coronary arteries are the arteries which supply blood to the muscles of the heart. Just like all other organs, the heart also need blood for its function. So, to carry out its function, it needs the blood, and this blood is supplied by the coronary artery. Uh, the coronary arteries rise from the aorta. This is the aorta, which arise from the left ventricle of the heart. This is the right coronary artery, and this is the left coronary artery, which arises from the aorta. Now, going to the detail, this is the left coronary artery. This is the left coronary artery. From this point to this point, arises from the aorta, and from this point to this point, this is called left coronary artery. This is called what? This is called left coronary artery. Now this is the first branch of the left coronary artery. This is called we are studying the anterior side of the heart. This is not the posterior side of the heart. This is the anterior side of the heart. So this branch arises anteriorly. This branch, the left coronary artery, arises from the aorta anteriorly, not posteriorly. That's why this first branch is called left. This is called left anterior interventricular artery. Left anterior interventricular artery. Just like the name indicate, this is the left anterior interventricular artery, because this supply blood to the left side of the heart. This supply blood to the anterior portion of the left side of the ventricle. That is why this is called left anterior interventricular artery. This is called interventricular artery because this supply blood to both ventricles. This the anterior word. The anterior word shows that this artery supply blood to anterior portion of the heart, and interventricular mean that it supply blood to both the ventricles, and artery mean artery which supply oxygenated blood. Okay. This is the second branch of left coronary artery. The second branch of left coronary artery is called left circumflex artery. This is called left circumflex artery. This is called left circumflex artery because this is called left circumflex artery because this is located on the left side of the heart, and this circulate from the heart. This make a rotation around the heart. That is why this is called circumflex artery. Circumflex mean to make a rotation. Now this is the left circumflex artery. This is left coronary artery. This is the left anterior interventricular artery. Now this is the left circumflex artery, which make a rotation around the heart. To make a rotation, it goes posteriorly also, which we are going to learn about later. Now the left circumflex artery make a branch over here. This is called left marginal artery. This is called left marginal artery. You will apply left word with all of these because these are the branch of left coronary artery, and they supply blood to the left portion of the heart, mainly to the left portion of the heart. That is why this is left. You will also write left over here. The left marginal artery supply blood to the left margin of the heart. Left margin of the heart means the area which is neither posterior nor anterior. This is the marginal area. Now the next slide. Now you can see the branch. This is the circumflex artery. Circumflex artery goes posterior. Now the black color indicate the posterior side. The red color indicate the anterior side. The red color only indicate the anterior side, while the black color indicate the posterior side. So posteriorly, it make the circumflex artery this from this point to this point, from this anterior point to this posterior point. This is left circumflex artery, and from this area, the left circumflex artery gave two branches posteriorly, two branches. So the upper branch is called left left posterior atrial artery. यहाँ पे आप देखें, this supply blood to the, this is posterior, that is why this is on left side, that is why this is called left. This is on the posterior side, that is why this is, we have applied the word posterior. Atrial, this supply blood to the left atrium of the heart, that is why this is called atrial, and artery is the artery. So the left circumflex artery gave two branches posteriorly. One branch supply blood to the atrium, while the other branch supply blood to the ventricle. The branch of the circumflex artery posteriorly, which gave blood to the atrium, is called left posterior atrial artery. Left posterior atrial artery. And then uh, the left circumflex artery posteriorly gave rise to the left posterior ventricular artery. This one is the left posterior ventricular artery because they supply blood to the posterior side of the ventricle, of the left ventricle. That is why this is called left posterior ventricular artery. Left posterior ventricular artery. This was all about the left coronary artery. Now coming toward the right coronary artery. This is the right coronary artery. This is the right coronary artery which arises from the aorta. The right coronary artery gave rise, first of all, it gave rise to this branch in the atrium, in the right atrium. This gave branch. This is called right. यहाँ पे हम लिख देंगे right anterior atrial artery. देखिए right anterior atrial artery, ये हम इस साइड पे कर लेंगे थोड़ा. देखिए right anterior atrial artery, this is first branch of the right coronary artery. This provide blood to the right atrium. This provide blood to the anterior side of the right atrium. That is why this is called right anterior atrial artery. The second branch, this is the second branch of the coronary, the right coronary artery. This is called conus arteriosus artery. This is called conus arteriosus artery because this branch gave blood to the conus arteriosus. This branch gave blood to the conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus is the part of right ventricle. Conus arteriosus is the part of right ventricle that is in the cone shape, and that is actually part of the artery and the cone shape and part of the right ventricle. That is why this is called conus arteriosus. To give detail, this is the conus arteriosus, this area. This is the right atrium, this one is the right atrium, and this whole one is the right ventricle. And the right ventricle, this part is called conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus because this is in cone shape, and this is the part of the artery. Which artery? That artery is the pulmonary trunk. Pulmonary trunk is actually artery. So this is the part of the right ventricle which is in the cone shape, and that is supplied by the artery that is called conus arteriosus artery. This is the right coronary artery. This one you can see, this is the right coronary artery, and this is the branch of the right coronary artery. This branch is called conus arteriosus artery. This branch. Now going to the detail, this is the right coronary artery. This is the right anterior atrial artery. This is the right. This is the conus arteriosus artery, which is also having further branches, but this is the main branch, conus arteriosus artery. Now further, just a minute, यहाँ पे मैं देख रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे ये this is the right coronary artery. Right coronary artery give further branch. This branch of the right, this is the right coronary artery from here to here. This is the right coronary artery, and this branch of the right coronary artery on the anterior side, this branch, this is called the right anterior ventricular artery. This one is called right anterior ventricular artery. देखिए, this is the part of the right coronary artery. That is why this is called right. Anterior, this provide blood to anterior portion, and ventricular artery because this provide blood to the anterior portion of the right coronary artery, the right ventricle, anterior side of the right ventricle. That is why this is called right anterior ventricular artery. Now the next one, this is the right coronary artery, and this is the right anterior ventricular artery. This is the second branch of the right coronary artery. This after this one, this is the second one. This is called right marginal artery. Right marginal artery. Right marginal artery provide blood to the right margin of the heart, which is neither anterior and nor posterior. Neither anterior and nor posterior. And this is the marginal part of the heart, or marginal part of the right part of the heart. That is why this is called the right marginal artery. Right marginal artery provide blood to the right margin of the heart. Now and then this is the right coronary artery. This right coronary artery goes posteriorly, just like here in the circumflex artery. This goes posteriorly. The posterior side is represented by the black pen. The posterior side. This is the posterior side. The posterior side actually provide blood to the right ventricle. So over here we will write the right. This is the part of the right coronary artery. That is why we will first write over here right, right posterior interventricular artery. देखें, राइट पोस्टीरियर इंटरवेंट्रिकुलर आर्टरी. इसको हम राइट पोस्टीरियर इंटरवेंट्रिकुलर आर्टरी इसलिए बोलते हैं कि क्योंकि दिस प्रोवाइड ब्लड टू द पोस्टीरियर पोर्शन of the ventricle of the heart, and this is called interventricular artery because this provide blood to both the ventricle, to right and left ventricle, both the ventricle posteriorly. That is why this is called right posterior interventricular artery. So this was all about the right coronary artery. Right coronary artery is having these main branches. The first branch is the right anterior atrial artery. The second branch is conus arteriosus artery, which provides blood to conus arteriosus. The third branch is right anterior ventricular artery, which provide blood to the anterior portion of the right ventricle. Then the right marginal artery, which provide blood to the right margin of the heart. And then posteriorly, this branch is called the posterior part of this right coronary artery is called right posterior interventricular artery, which provide blood to the both the ventricles and the posterior side of the heart. So this is the whole diagram. मेरे ख्याल में आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी था. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में वीनस सिस्टम के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, हार्ट के वीनस सिस्टम के बारे में.